How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to BryceBits, where you can get a little bit of wisdom. I'm Bryce Newberger. I'm a pastoral mentor with Side-by-Side Counseling based in Arizona. Let's dive on in. We are getting back into AITH, which is Am I the A-hole? There's going to be a little bit of language and everything in here. You guys can know what to expect from Reddit. So, am I the a-hole for saying no to my girlfriend's tradition? All right, let's get into this. I, male 30, lost my younger brother when I was 22. First of all, very sorry for your loss. That is incredibly difficult, and there's no right way to grieve, and everyone has to go through the process, and grieving has no time limit. People who don't grieve appropriately can grieve for decades, for a lifetime. So he had cancer and fought very hard. Ooh, okay. Ever since, I've been donating blood on the anniversary of his death every year. That is very special. I take the day off from work, visit his grave, donate blood, and then come home, relax, and watch his favorite movie. Oh, man, that is so special. I know it's a simple personal tradition, but it means a lot to me. Okay, that's seems very healthy. You have great coping mechanisms. First of all, just right in here, you have great coping mechanisms. We celebrate holidays like Easter and Christmas and Halloween, right? We have all these, all these important holidays, right? Martin Luther King has a holiday for a good reason. So yeah, have your own personal holiday. That's really what this sounds like, is a good time to remember your brother in a very healthy way. Donate blood, visit his grave, all this, watch his favorite movie. I'm a fan of this, right? There could be other ways, things attached to this, like if visiting his grave is causing visceral reactions in you, then we would want to explore a little bit what's going on there. But just with the information I provided, this sounds very healthy. My girlfriend of 9 months, Anna, female 31, using her name here, asked if I could meet her and her mom. I've met her many times. I want to check my... Well, up there. So I'm a little off on my... Hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. Asked if I could meet her and her mom. I have met her many times before, and it wasn't the meet the parents for the first time situation. That's a good clarification. Very good. For lunch yesterday. Even if it was... you would still have an out. I'm just going to throw that out there. I told her no and explained again about what I do on my brother's death anniversary. She got upset and said, well, it's my tradition to have lunch with my mom every time she's in town. Wow. Okay. And she really wanted to see you. What's fun about these is in a therapy session or in a session with me, I don't do therapy. I want to clarify. I'm not licensed by the state of Arizona. In a session with me, I wouldn't be able to emote this much, but here I can. So, wow. Okay. She got upset and said, well, it's my tradition to have lunch with my mom when she's in town. That does not sound great. Not about having lunch with your mom. You can do that. But her response. And she really wanted to see you. Okay, you can do your stupid blood donation tradition on any day. I need a moment. I need a moment to just process that. That is rough. That is rough. All right. Shake it off. We're back in the game. Woo! That is not good. Okay. I explained to her that it's not just about the blood donation. Later in the evening, while I was resting and watching my brother's favorite movie, she texted me again, asking me to join them. I reiterated that I really didn't want to and would hang out with her mom next time. She replied that I had embarrassed her in front of her mom with my selfishness and laziness. I said in a previous video, when you communicate a boundary and someone responds with accusations, well, you're just selfish and lazy. Listen, our brain does that to us enough, right? You could be dealing with the loss of your brother or a loved one and think, I need a mental health day. I need a day to grieve. I need to process some things. And if you're wired anything like me, where I'm a super perfectionistic kind of person, I feel terrible. I would call myself selfish and lazy, and I would have to combat that negative self-talk and say, no, you're not. You are grieving. This is acceptable. You are okay to take one day off. So this is like relationship ending level of hostility. Since then, she's been distant. Do I owe her an apology? Am I the a-hole? Okay, and there's an update here, so we'll get to that update in a second. You owe her an apology. Well, here's the deal. I would say we can always sharpen the skill of an apology. And a good apology is an apology that is heartfelt and necessary. Where could you apologize here? That's always there's always an element, even if it's 1% or something, that you could maybe find something to apologize for. It's important to do that in a way where you're not going to throw yourself under the bus or gaslight yourself or give into manipulation, right? So you can communicate, hey, my brother's passing weighs on me very heavily to this day. I grieve in my own personal way, and that is very important to me. I'm sorry that this situation worked out this way, where your mom was in town and we had to, I had to miss out on that. Right. So, you could just, it's one of those apology from circumstance, right? I'm sorry it worked out this way. But it's not going to be the apology she wants, right? 'Cause she wants you to change your mindset. And there's a whole nother thing there, but, let's read some of the comments before we get to the update. So, stupid blood donation tradition. After that comment, I hope she's soon your ex-girlfriend. That is unbelievably upsetting. You haven't asked her to join you just to leave you in peace to honor your brother. NTA, and I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah, that's I need to fix my setting on that. So yeah, NTA and sorry for your loss. Yeah, that's important. That's good. That's good affirmation. That's why some of these posts can be good. This is obviously a situation where you're not the a-hole, but it can help to get your stuff out here and to vent and to process it, so that sometimes you need that external validation, right? Some people's complaint about this subreddit can be that everyone's posts, they're never the bad guy. That's not always the case, but sometimes people need that validation. Sometimes when you're being gaslit, when someone's feeding you incorrect negative self-talk and trying to implant it in you, like selfishness and laziness when you're grieving, it can help to have that external validation of people going, no, you're not, no, you're not, no, you're not. Like, it's okay. That's why we need to, like, that's what communities are for. And that's what this is. This subreddit is a community. Let's look at some others. Let me see. She owes you an apology for being disrespectful of your loss and how to honor your brother. Yeah. I got to figure out my scrolling. She owes you an apology for being disrespectful of your loss and how to honor your brother. Yeah, I agree. She called you stupid. She sounds self-absorbed. She's not a keeper. Yeah. So So I agree with everyone here. Your boundaries were not respected. It could have been a situation where maybe she doesn't understand, but I can't even. Sometimes I want to try and help someone see the other side of this, but I can't defend her. This is indefensible, right? Undefensible. This is bad. This is bad behavior and needs to be called out. So update. I texted her that we needed to talk. She never replied. She just blocked me from everywhere. Social media, WhatsApp. Her best friend who was following me on Instagram blocked me too. I'm not sad. Yeah. Good. Like honestly, like, good luck, right? This is good news for you. I wanted it to end anyways. Yeah. Thank you for your support, everyone. Right. That community aspect. I really appreciate your kind comments. Some users suggested that my brother / remembrance tradition saved me from getting serious with her and a lifetime of misery and made me smile. Yeah, I would. And I would go a little further. How did you get in this relationship? Right. Sometimes you just have a bad one. But let me see here. Did you say how long you were together? 9 months. 9 months is a long time. 9 months is a long time. It's a long time to be in a relationship with someone and not have other interactions, right? Have other data on the relationship. 9 months is a long time. And so I would ask yourself, before you get another girlfriend, why did you get this one, right? What inside of you picked this person? And can you examine that so that you don't get the same kind of person again? Because usually what happens is when we're partnering up, when we're making connections like these, if it was just a few dates, right? You were on Tinder or Bumble or something, and you just kind of like ran into someone and it was like a few weeks or something, and this popped up, that'd be one thing. To date someone for 9 months, almost a year, and then have this whole thing come out, I would say it's time to do a little high fidelity John Cusack, go back through your past relationships and ask yourself, is this common or is this a one-off, right? Have you dated other girls like this before? Like, have you dated other girls like this before? And is this a pattern of people you're picking? And that would be something worth investigating, right? Do you continue to find horrible people like this? Then there might be something in you that is picking that. Especially if you're, I would say a yellow flag, not a red flag, but an indicator for this can be grief for some reason. When you're reading books, like if you're going to go read a book on like trauma and addiction, and losing someone is highly traumatic, right? There is this element of the co-abuser, which is like if people are married to someone who is abusing alcohol or any other type of addiction. The co-abuser is someone who married that person, who found that relationship. And it's not to victim blame. It's not at all. It's not at all. What it's saying is that usually these people, if you look at their relationships, they have a history of finding addicts and marrying addicts and getting into these kind of relationships. So I would say, like, thank God you're out of this relationship. Good for you. But pause. Don't just jump onto the, don't just jump back out into the dating field just so soon. Do a little inventory, do a little work, see if something in you picked this person, because that's a pretty terrible person to have been in a relationship with. I'm going to be honest, just from how it reads, that's a pretty toxic person that you had. And to be dating a toxic person for 9 months, one, what in you picked them? And two, what was the cost of being in that toxic relationship, of being 9 months with that person? Did it take a toll on you in some way? It might have. And so you want to process some of that stuff before you just jump back out there and drown all of that good data. Because what we do is we have all this good data to go through that will better us, that will help us. And instead we jump into the next relationship and it's in the past. We don't think about it and it's gone. And so pause, think through it. Do some work. Guys, if you want to do that kind of work with me, then go to sidebysideaz.com. You can schedule a free 15-minute consultation with me. Finding a good therapist or counselor or mentor or just getting good advice can be a lot like a dating relationship. It can be like using Hinge. So maybe we can meet, we can talk. I'm an unlicensed pastoral counselor, offering more of pastoral counseling, though I am like psychological first aid certified and have these other kind of certifications to my name. So if that sounds interesting to you, then give it a shot. Otherwise, I will see you guys on the next one. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. Goodbye.